And let's begin. So for breathwork this evening, you can, of course, as always, choose if you want to be seated or if you prefer to lie down. That's an option as well. Give yourself some time. It's a smaller group tonight, and maybe you're already settled in, but take some time to truly get settled and to arrive. Sitting comfortably wherever you happen to be seated or lying down. Take some time to align your spine and to feel for a sense of spaciousness in your low back of your neck, and also feel for relaxing your jaw and creating a sense of spaciousness in the throat. Like you're opening up the back of the tongue and back of the throat, so that as you settle into the sensation of breath, you can begin to feel for the flow of breath at the back of the throat as you begin to breathe through the nose, allowing breath to be natural and restful. And if, of course, for some reason, it's not possible to breathe through the nose, you're a little cold, you're a little stuffy, just breathe any way that works for you. Taking these first few moments to arrive and to land softly into this space. Beginning to allow your day to dissolve as you arrive to this present moment of being. For our practice this evening, we're going to be focusing on nourishing the body through stillness and comfort. In this season of autumn, the shifting light and cooling air, the body longs to be grounded and warm and still. We often look outside of ourselves for this nourishment, but true replenishment begins from within as we pause, listen, and rest. Tonight, we'll use the 5 senses: sound, sight, touch, smell, and taste as pathways inward. Our senses remind us that comfort is not something we must earn. It's something that we can feel when we choose to become fully present. It's always within our reach, and it's offered through the breath. As you feel yourself arrive, physically, but also mentally and energetically, allow yourself a big, slow, deep breath in through the nose, and a long exhalation out through the mouth or lips. A couple of natural breaths. And then again, from the deep, low belly, breathe in through the nose. Stretch out the inhale. Maybe a little pause at the top of the inhalation. And then exhale out through the mouth or the lips. Further releasing and dissolving the day that's now nearly behind you. And then allow your breath to return to a natural rhythm and just notice. Notice the rhythm of the breath without the need to change or to manipulate or to alter the breathing. Just allow your breath to arrive and to be as it is. You might sense where within the body you most feel the breath. And you might also sense where the breath begins and where the breath ends. The beginning of the inhalation and the end of the exhalation. And then soften your eyes a little bit more. Rest the eyelids. Feel the gaze of the eyes moving a little deeper within. And begin to notice and observe now the rhythm of the breath. And perhaps the ratio of the inhalation to the exhalation and the exhalation to the next inhale. And just notice the rhythm, notice the tempo, and how the rhythm feels. Does it feel steady? Perhaps a little erratic or choppy? Notice if you begin to sense a change in the rhythm or the tempo. And as you begin to sense a steady quality to the breath, you might silently repeat to yourself as you inhale, breathing in, I arrive. And as you exhale, breathing out, I let go. Breathing in, I arrive. Breathing out, I let go. Continue on your own. Breathing in, I arrive. Breathing out, I let go. Few more rounds. And then gently begin to sense the words dissolving until all that remains is the steady rhythm of the breath. Steady rhythm of the natural flow of breath. Feel for breathing from the tip of the nose and the center of your nostrils. Feel for initiating the inhale and the exhale from the deep low belly. Moving the breath in and out through the nose by just very, very gently pumping the belly. Belly expanding on the inhale, and slightly contracting, moving inward, upward on the exhale. So in the most relaxed way, most restful way possible, breathing deep from the belly through the nostrils. You might also sense a very, very slight constriction at the back of the throat. It's like a slight engagement of the whisper muscles to create a valve to the breath. You can use this valve at the back of the throat along with your attention and awareness. You don't quite feel the breath at the back of the throat, no worries. You can also use your attention as a valve to slow down the inhale and the exhale. We're going to create a rhythm of breathing in for a count of 4, holding the top of the inhale, so holding the breath in for another count of 4, and then exhaling for a count of 6, holding the breath out, end of the exhale, pausing for just a moment or two. So we'll begin breathing in to a count of 4. Hold the inhale for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale, count of 4. Hold the breath in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale to a count of 4. Hold for another count of 4. Exhale for 6. Pause for a moment or two. Emptiness, stillness. Next cycle, breathe in to a count of 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. Pause just a moment or two. Begin again on your own, inhaling to a count of 4. Holding for 4. Exhaling for 6. And then pausing for a moment or two of stillness. Continue for about 3 or 4 more rounds entirely on your own. As you breathe in, you're building energy. As you pause at the top of the inhale, you're stabilizing the energy. As you exhale, releasing tension. And as you pause, you embrace a moment or two of presence. Continue for one more round or finish your last. As you finish, let go of counting the breath. Let go of the effort to breathe from the back of the throat. Maintain awareness of the breath. and notice anything that has begun to shift within the body, the mind, or the spirit. Perhaps simply feeling a sense of presence. We'll now take some time to further nourish the body through the breath and using the breath as a tool to awaken the five senses, each of the five senses as a doorway inward to presence. Beginning with the eyes, resting the eyes, sense the light behind your closed eyes. Notice what you see, perhaps darkness or subtle colors. As you inhale, breathe into the space behind the eyelids. And as you exhale, allow the eyes to rest more deeply from within. And then begin to sense your ears, the outer physical ears, and the space within. Notice and listen for sounds around you, sounds far away, and the sounds that might be close by. And with every inhale, open to the soundscape around you, within you. And with every exhale, rest in the silence between the sounds. Every exhale, rest in the silence between the sounds that you hear, that you notice as you breathe in. Sense the breath at the tip of the nose and the center of your nostrils. And from the nostrils, perhaps notice the subtle scent of the space where you happen to be, the room where you are. Notice the air, perhaps residual scents on your skin or your clothing from the day. And with every inhale, simply savor the sensory nourishment of smell, the scent of smell. And with every exhale, allow it to anchor you into this moment. Breathing in, savor the simple sensory nourishment, scent around you, within you. Every exhale, allowing it to anchor you to this moment. Then bring your awareness to the mouth. Notice any flavor or texture on the tongue, within the oral cavity of the mouth. Notice the sense of taste. And as you inhale, feel for your jaw softening. And as you exhale, release any tightness around the throat, any words spoken or unspoken, any holding from the day. Inhaling softness to the jaw. Exhaling, releasing the tightness. And then finally become aware of the sense of touch. Feel for the clothing on your skin, the texture of the support that's below you. Feel the weight of your body supported by the ground, or the chair, or whatever you happen to be sitting or lying upon. Sense the air on your skin, the breath moving through the body. And as you inhale, sense contact. As you exhale, allow your body to melt into the sensation of contact. Contact with the surface supporting the body, clothing on the body, any other sources of support for the body, sensing contact, melting into the sensation of contact and support. And now allow yourself to feel all five senses alive and awake. The gentle harmony that nourishes body and mind, allowing you to be fully present, whole, from a space within. Notice your body breathing the breath. And begin to allow for the transition to Yoga Nidra, this practice of stillness. So if you are seated and would like to lie down, now's a good time to lie down and or to make any other adjustments to your props, your sources of support, pillows, blankets. You might dim the lighting in the room where you happen to be. Grab your eye pillow. And then as you settle into the most comfortable position possible for your body, feel yourself melting into the shape of your body, supported by blankets, props, the ground, the earth below. And then welcome yourself to the practice of stillness, yogic sleep. Arms resting by your sides, allowing the collarbones to expand, palms open to receive the gifts of deep conscious rest and stillness. Feel for the physical weight of your body resting on the ground, the earth, sensing the feeling of steadiness, feeling grounded and connected, literally being held by the ground, the earth below, by your props, so that the body can feel safe and willing to let go. With every inhalation, nourishment of stillness flows within. And with every exhalation, the body softens just a little bit more. In these first few moments, allow the natural rhythm of your breath to become even slower, more effortless, as you let go of everything possible, all the to-do lists, all the expectations, judgments, all the shoulds, all the should haves, anything else, so that you can be truly present in a state of ease, allowing for the tide of comfort to wash over your entire being, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. As you become still, you might take the time to create your own inner sanctuary, bringing to mind a place that feels deeply comforting, your inner sanctuary. This could be a real place that you know quite well, can also create it through your imagination. Notice it through your five senses. What do you see? Sounds do you hear? What can you feel beneath your hands and feet? Is there a scent in the air or a taste that reminds you of nourishment or joy? Or perhaps peace and contentment? Let this place, your inner sanctuary, surround you, creating a cocoon of calm, a cocoon of ease. This is your refuge, your inner home of stillness, present with you, a place you can return to at any time during the Yoga Nidra journey. From the space of your inner sanctuary, allow your sankalpa, your heartfelt intention, to arise. Notice what bubbles to the surface first and foremost. Let it be simple and true. Speak your affirmation, your intention, as a statement of I am. I am nourished with stillness and contentment. I am held in wholeness and ease. Whatever your statement might be, repeat it to yourself at least 3 times, from within or out loud, as if planting a seed deep within the heart. Feel your intention through the breath, the steady rhythm of your breath, and then breathe it in and let it go. Trusting this gift of stillness, and its offering to your intention. Will now use the power of your awareness to rest the body, using your awareness to move through the body as you take rest. And as you move your attention through the physical landscape of your body, simply sense each part of the body that is named, inviting the feeling of coming home, touching each region, each part of the body with quiet attention and deep reverence. Begin to sense the right side of your body. Feel for presence in the right side of the body through the breath. Begin to sense the palm of your right hand. Through the breath, sense the palm of your right hand. tip of the right thumb, right index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and the pinky, back of the right hand, the whole right hand, right wrist, whole right arm, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and the right shoulder blade, collarbone, and the space between. Right side of the rib cage, right side lung, right side heart space, right side waist, low belly, low back, and the space between. Right hip and the whole right leg, upper thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, top of the right foot, sole of the right foot, right big toe, second, third, fourth, fifth. Sense the whole right side of the body. Feel for presence in the right side of the body, offered through the breath. Shift your attention to the left side of your body. Begin to feel the left side of the body, breathing the breath. Coming home to the left side of the body through the breath. Sense the breath in the palm of your left hand. Tip of the left thumb. Left index finger. Middle finger. Ring finger. And the pinky. Back of the left hand. And the whole left hand. Left wrist. The whole left arm. Forearm. Elbow. Upper arm. Left shoulder blade, collarbone, and the space between. Left side of the rib cage, left lung, left side of the heart space, left side waist, low belly, low back, and the space between. Left hip and the whole left leg, upper thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, top of the left foot, sole of the left foot, left big toe, second, third, fourth, fifth. Sense the entire left side of the body, whole left side of the body. Sense your presence in the left side of the body. Bring your attention to the back of the body. Begin to sense, feel the back of the body, breathing the breath. Sensing your attention, awareness in the bottoms of your feet, heels, and the back of your legs, calves, upper back thighs, back of the knees, tip of the tailbone, back of the hips, center of low back, the entire back side of the spine, back of the rib cage, lungs, heart space. Notice the space between the shoulder blades, outer edges of the shoulder blades, backside of the shoulders, and the arms, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, back of your wrists, hands, fingers. Sense the skin on the back of the neck, base of the skull, back of the head, from the crown of your head to your fingertips, to your toes. Feel for the entire backside of the body, breathing the breath. And then bring your attention to the front side of the body. Feel for the breath, presence of the breath, center of the forehead, between your eyebrows, the skin on the temples, cheekbones, upper jaw, lower jaw, and the space between the collarbones, front side of the rib cage, lungs, heart space, front of the shoulders, and the inner arms, upper inner arms, biceps, inner elbows, forearms, wrists, palms of your hands, fingertips. Sense the navel center, the space above, the space below, deep low belly, front side of the hips, front side of your legs, thighs, kneecaps, shin, the tops of your feet to the toes. From the tips of the toes to your fingertips, the crown of your head. Sense the entire front side of the body. Feel for presence of breath, your awareness of the front side of the body, breathing each breath. And then begin to sense the whole body. Feel for the whole body, breathing the breath. Awareness of the whole body. Presence offered through the breath. So the whole body breathes the breath, allowing for a state of integration, wholeness, and ease. Sense the space within and the space beyond. As you sense the whole body and the infinite amount of space from within, notice where within the body you feel sensations of heaviness. Feel for heaviness in the body. And then feel for the opposite. Feel for lightness in the body. Notice where within the body you sense the feeling of lightness or the feeling of floating. And then notice these pairs of opposites, heaviness and lightness. Notice both sensations within the body, heaviness and lightness, and allow these opposites to merge into balance so that neither one nor the other, but both, perfectly integrated, observing from a state of equilibrium, sensations of heaviness, the feeling of lightness within the body. And then feel for coolness. Notice any sensations of coolness within the body. Where within the body do you sense coolness? Notice the opposite. Notice the feeling of warmth or heat. Notice the feeling of warmth within the body and where you might sense warmth. And then notice both, feeling of coolness, the feeling of warmth, Notice both sensations, these pairs of opposites, merging into balance. Notice both, neither one nor the other, but both, perfectly integrated, observing both from a state of equilibrium. And then finally, notice the feeling of impatience or the feeling of rushing, the feeling of being stuck in traffic. Notice the feeling of impatience, rushing within the body. And then notice the opposite, the feeling of presence, contentment, the sweetness of simply being. Notice the feeling of presence, contentment within the body. And then notice both the feelings of impatience, the feelings of rushing, frustration, along with the feelings of presence, contentment, the sweetness of simply being. Notice, feel, allow for both, allowing these pairs of opposites and all pairs of opposites to merge into balance. Neither one nor the other, but both, perfectly integrated, observing from a state of equilibrium as you rest in the calm nourishment of balance, integration, and wholeness. And from this state of being, return to your five senses, noticing each one with a feeling of quiet gratitude, sense of sight, resting the eyes, visualize soft golden candlelight flickering gently behind the eyes. Allow this soft golden candlelight to fill you with warmth and ease. Visualize soft golden candlelight flickering behind the eyes. And then listen. Listen and hear the steady rhythm of your breath and the sound of silence behind every sound. The sound of silence offered at the end of the exhalation before the next cycle of breath. Listen to the steady rhythm from within. And then imagine the comforting scent of the earth after a morning rain. Imagine the comforting scent of earth after a morning rain, a reminder of life renewing itself beneath the stillness. And then taste. Sense the sweetness of this moment, simple, complete, enough. Taste the sweetness of simplicity, stillness, and your presence. And then feel for the support beneath you, the soft weight of your body, and the warmth that holds you steady. Feel for your presence within the whole body, deep reverence for the physical body that sustains your spirit. And then allow all five senses to merge into one global field of awareness. Your whole being resting in deep nourishment and peace. And from this state, this space of being, return to your intention. Allow it to come to you perhaps as a whisper, and then repeat it another 3 times, each time a little more clearly, perhaps a little more loudly, from within or out loud. And then breathe it. Feel it through the breath, breathing it in and letting it go, trusting the journey of life and all that lies ahead. Knowing that this intention, your sankalpa, is a part of you, it is with you, it's your truth, and it shall remain so. So you hold it in the heart space and take it forward with you. Give it a final breath from the belly, a slow, deep breath, breathing in through the nose. Perhaps an exhale through mouth, nose, or lips. And beginning to surrender these sweet moments of stillness. If you have the time and would like to rest longer, by all means, please feel free to take the time. We'll begin to transition from stillness to the evening ahead of you as we began with the breath. So again, from the belly through the nose, breathe it all in. And then let it all go. The Yoga Nidra journey has now ended. Take some time as you would like to feel a little more complete with your practice. When you do feel complete and you're ready to move on, do so slowly with a little mindful movement to your fingertips, to your toes. Can also feel good to give yourself a big stretch. And then perhaps a promise to yourself that you'll move slowly and quietly, tenderly into the evening ahead. Thank you everyone for showing up this evening and for joining me. I hope you all have a good night's sleep and a wonderful week. Namaste. My heart to yours, and from little Paco's heart to your heart as well. Have a good night, everyone.